There are numerous ways of utilizing science. So if you want a mental comfort, then the mental comfort will come and it will strengthen your mind when you use it. And the best people on earth are those who use their minds. They never die. They are still remembered. Newton and Einstein have died many. Einstein was recent. Newton died more than about 300 years ago. But every day his name is in this classroom. There is a very beautiful couplet of Ghani Khan. So I don't remember it exactly. But it says that هغه مړ نه دی چې خلکو یې جنازه وکړه ولاړ مړ هغه شو چې د یار اشنا نه هیر شو. When you are forgotten, you are died. If you have done something great, you will never die. And that is the utilization, optimum utilization of your brain. So up to now I was telling you that why research, right? But to shorten things, if I'm speaking to you, it will take a long time. But my aim is to tell you that how will you start your research? Coming to the point, you are new in this field. So number one, never listen to the people who tell you that the whole world, greatest scientists are studying things, they are publishing things, and what you will do in this corner of the world. This is wrong. You, Abdul Salam, from a very far-flung village, won the Nobel Prize. He used to walk to his schools many miles every day. Today you check NASA, you check the Japanese laboratory, Pashtuns and Pakistanis and Baloch and Sindhis and Afghans from the far-flung villages of your region are working there at the highest possible positions. So never think that you can't do anything great. The knowledge is in the book, the knowledge is in the research paper, and the tool you have got is your brain. It doesn't need anything else. Brain and book and journal. After that you move towards the laboratory. And I have never seen a person who wants to work, but he has not found the resources. I can give you many examples that the people had no money to go to the primary school, and they are the best doctors of the world globally today. They are the best scientists of the world at global level today. So never think that the resources will not be there. When you make your mind, that mind will take you everywhere and will scratch the resources from the stones and from the earth, but you will get the opportunities. You will be never left like that. So never think that I have no resources or I am living in such an area where there is no honor for science and technology and knowledge and things like that. Secondly, if they say the research is finished, then tell him that you die with it, but my world is still too large and it is totally unexplored. I have not yet explored and learned the single atom carbon. After the Nobel Prize in 2010 in Manchester, an institute was established for carbon. It is called Graphene Institute. Institute means a university, just to do research only on carbon. There is a journal, research journal, with the name Carbon. You go to any laboratory in the world, materials laboratory, chemistry laboratory, physics laboratory, and you will see people will be working on carbon nanotubes, carbon nanofibers, carbon nanofilms, and things like that. So the research never finishes, right? Now, how you start your research? The first thing in research is what? What is your first point? You start with it. What is the name of your research topic? Right? My suggestion is that look into your aptitude. Look into your aptitude. What do you like the most? Your mind suits theory work, mathematics, conceptual things, visualizing things, or your mind, your aptitude is more towards practical work. So that draws a line that are you a theoretician or a practical scientist? When you decide that, then think about which subject do you like the most. The like and dislike is like that the subject you dislike, you are working double, triple, and 10 times more work, but your output is very, very less. But the subject you like, you are thinking about it even when you are walking. You are thinking about it even when you are sleeping, when you are talking with others, when you are looking into things, you visualize it and bring it, structure it, frame it to up to your mental appetite, likeness. So you make everything close to your that subject. I'll give you an example. You will realize that what do I mean? When I am free and I find a very good book, I write a review upon it, right? And I publish it in an English daily, for example. I wrote a review on a novel writer. He was a great novelist. I studied a couple of his novels and I wrote a review and I visualized them, that what was his interest, what was his goal, what was his aim in writing these novels. But at the end, I was thinking that this is my thinking. Let me ask him what was his opinion, that what I was saying am I right or not? So I phoned him. I was living in England in those days, and he was living in the Virginia state of America. He was an Afghan. And I asked him that, okay, how did you start writing novels? He told me that my father admitted me in Kabul Medical College. but I didn't like the chemistry. So his aptitude was not favoring chemistry. He said that I went to the Arts College of Kabul. When I went to the Arts College of Kabul, my father stopped funding me. He told me that I am not giving money for such useless subjects. He said that I was very poor and I had no money. So there was a Hindu shop in Kabul and I started serving him. He was illiterate, so I used to do calculations and things for him and he used to pay me. He said after a few days, somebody told me that when you are working with the Hindu, why not work in American Center, which is a more decent place than this poor shop? He said I went to the American Center in Kabul and they made me a security man. So I was sitting in the front of the door. He said fortunately the cupboard which was written on the top of it, English fiction. I used to put my bag to that cupboard. And it was the cupboard where books of English fiction used to be placed. He said in the first year, I used to pick the book, look into the words. I was not understanding it. Then I thought, why shouldn't I learn English? And he said that there were English language courses in that same American Center. So I got admission and I started learning English. He said when I first read the books, I could understand 10%. Then on the second go, I understand 20%. In this way, he said that in a few years' time, I was master of English fiction. And everybody who used to pass by, in my mind, I could write a novel about him. Every story appeared to me a very beautiful artistic novel. After studying all the novels I could at that time. Right? What does this mean? When your aptitude is towards a subject, you will see a stone on earth, but your mind will pick up its internal structure, its crystallography, its the phases present inside that material, the possible ways to optimize its utilization. That is the aptitude. Another simplest example is that if you are running against the flow of water, you will reach a specific point in 1 hour, for example. But if you are going along the direction of water, you will reach there in 5 minutes. So, assessing your aptitude is the first thing. Don't study the subject which you don't like, because you are killing yourself. Don't go against that aptitude. And when you go with the aptitude and work hard, you will become a great contributor to the mankind, and at least to your locality. Right? So first thing is that. So that what of the research which I wrote there is, what do you like to do? I usually tell my students that what is your aptitude? What do you like? He asked me, what should I study? I tell him that go to the vegetable shopkeeper and ask him that what should I buy? What will be his answer? When you go to a shopkeeper, fruit seller or veggie seller, and you ask him what should I buy, what will be his answer? He will laugh at you. Right? What do you need? And that need comes from your mind, from your aptitude. What do you like to contribute to this world? Research is not limited to atomic bomb or a flying aeroplane. All the inventions, all the medicines, all the instruments, except that atomic bomb and that aeroplane, are also science. They are also technology. Focus upon these things. Don't think negatively. Don't be part of a negative thing. Don't invent a gun. Don't invent a knife. Invent something which is useful for the mankind. Right? Don't justify the use of atomic bomb. That when people do this, then we will need that. No. Killing human beings is killing. It is nothing else. Even any living things, the snake, the scorpion killing is also, according to Islam, they shouldn't be killed in a brutal manner. Right? So always think positively for the betterment of the humanity, for the betterment of the world, for the universe. When you select that what, right? Define it. What is this what? For the man, for the reviewer, for the scientist, for the reader, which attracts your thesis. This is the showcase of your thesis, right? When they look into your first sentence, to your topic, and it is attractive, you sold your science, 50% of your science was sold. Selling doesn't mean selling. I mean it got value. It was honored by someone. It attracted the community. Right? So select such a topic, such a fluent way, such a beautiful words, such a realistic word that when people look into it and they see no flaw in it. Right? So from where should we start? My study, for example, is to assess or to investigate the capability of local clay, the capability of local clay for utilization in pottery market. In Pashto, زخپل خاوره ګورم چې دا د لوښو جوړولو لپاره څنګه ده. This is my topic. But when they say it in English, the clay is mostly hydroxylated kaolin, hydroxylated aluminum silicate. It is aluminum silicate but hydroxylated. Hydroxyl ions are there. So when people tell you, and when they ask you to take hydroxylated aluminum silicate and investigate it, that confuses you. So first of all, wash away these things from your mind and learn the language to your best so that it doesn't frighten you, it doesn't confuse you. You start abruptly in any language. People say that the language in which you think is either your mother tongue or the first language. If you are born in Japan, your first language is Japanese, where you learn your alphabets, right? So you think in your mother tongue or in your first language. So learn a language to the best possible level. Never feel shy if you don't understand a word. Ask people. Today's internet, Google is the best friend and he knows everything. You just put the word and click it and you will see whether you need pronunciation, whether you need spelling, whether you need meaning, whether you need grammar, whether for what purpose you are using it, are you right or not? So you can check all these things. And when you work hard for a few months, I am sure the language barrier will be away. You are much better and in a much more feasible environment than I was. So you can be much better scientists than the people of my age. Because when I was going to my PhD, I didn't know a single word about research. I didn't know about IT. I didn't have a computer. Forget about the Google and other things. The literature, we used to travel the whole day to a library, and there was a photocopying machine, and we used to copy articles from one corner of England. I used to go to another corner and brought a paper from there. Now you have the whole global literature at your fingertips. The research is so much easy now. If you don't understand something, read about it. If you still don't understand, read again. If one article cannot make you understand, read 10 articles. It is in your home, on your laptop, and maybe you will understand much more than those who had written these books and articles. Because they had written these books and articles with very minimal resources, and you have everything in your hand. So you are the leaders. You are among the 4% Pakistanis who could find an opportunity to come to the higher education classroom. 96% people are those who deserve to be here. But because of the limited resources, we make different barriers that your marks are less, you are not passed in A grade, you are that, you passed last year, that is why we are not admitting last year's. These are all barriers. Education, study is the right of everyone at any age, in any subject. Go to the developed world and anyone can study anything at any age, but if he can do it. And for that they are testing people. They don't look into your documents that whether you have a degree from this university or that. No. Can you do it? Yes. Come and prove it. Right? So there is no barrier in education and quality. So you select your topic. And if you can't select your topic and your teacher selects your topic, then read about it as much as you can to make it useful. How can you make it useful? What people say about its usefulness. You read the more you will learn. If the teacher gives you a topic and he doesn't agree with your topic, then ask him the first question: why am I studying this? What will be its benefit? What will be its output? Sometimes you will not be able, the teacher will offer you to study an ocean. You will not be able to drink water from that, but you will learn swimming. So the teacher made you qualified and eligible for crossing rivers and oceans. So you couldn't get water, you couldn't find pearls. But when you learn swimming, obviously you will do one day. Sometimes you are learning techniques, sometimes you are learning how to take this thing to global market. The projects, whether they are at BS level, MSc level, MPhil level, PhD level, all the projects are research trainings. This is really strange that people now ask you to publish a paper before getting your PhD. Maybe you worked hard for 5 years, but your research is not publishable. So did you waste your time? No. You learned the technique. A very educated person asked me that I visited that department and there were PhD. Why was going on? And when I looked into that, there was nothing new in the research. He had found nothing new. And if I would be the examiner, I would have thrown away his thesis outside. And do you know who he was? He was Vice Chancellor and studied up to FARBA level. And he was challenging that he had done nothing good. And if I would be the examiner, I would have thrown him out. I told him that, dear sir, a person was studying an area and he found a big hole and he spent 3 years in looking around that hole and he didn't find anything there. And a nearby researcher was investigating a similar hole and he found a big box of pearls inside it. So which one is the best researcher? He said the pearls one. I said no. The person who came empty-handed, he saved the time of thousands of scientists in future that they will not go there because he has told them that there is nothing useful there. So if your result is not novel, it never means that you have wasted your time. This is because of the corruption level in certain countries that they don't believe in people hard work, but they ask them to publish a paper and bring it to me. Then I will believe that you have done research. The person can bring somebody else's paper as well. Many people write others' name. So this is a wrong justification. The best thing is that you are trained for research. You can independently pursue a research project. This is the aim of this training, right? Never make things novel when they are not novel. If something is not novel, then will you lie to make it novel? And a liar can never be a good researcher. Right? So the first thing in research is the truth. Say whatever you observed, whatever you saw, whatever you calculated. If you are saying something which is not possible, people will laugh at you. Globally, people know who is the right person and who is the wrong person, who is telling the truth and who is telling the lie. Right? So never say something which is not true. This is the first principle of research. So the what is your topic? First, explain it to a layman. If my topic is clay, then I will say that it is almost the maximum portion of the earth crust on which we live. The clay is one of the greatest contributor to the living beings. It grows plants, it grows different food items, and you name it, and it comes from the earth. So you attracted the audience that he is telling something interesting. Then say that the pottery industry in the world has about $30 billion today. So you attracted the economic zone as well. That your research is not just a showcase to show flowers to people. No, it has economic significance as well. When you have attracted the person, then start what is clay. Right? The first paragraph is for attraction. When people show the colorful lights around the buildings, do the colorful lights live inside? The kumkumi jita su pa diwali mein laga hua hai. The danna pa kimda ka kumkumi ha ko tul badrang khalagi. Pa the bar nahi ho show or kadi. Right? So you attract people. But in research there is no line. The truth you will have to give. That yes, earth, clay is an important material from environmental point of view as well as from economic point of view. It is also the main inhibitor, the host for agriculture products, and you go in a sequential manner. But never use such a word or sentence which you don't know.